going in, folks? It is Diecastbuffet here again, and today's video we're going to be doing a Q&A video. So about a week ago on my community page on my YouTube channel, Diecastbuffet, where you're watching this video, I did a question and answer post. Hey, ask me pretty much anything, and we'll be getting to most of those questions because there's a lot of them. So if your question does not get answered, I am sorry. There was like 60 plus of them, and that would make probably a 40-minute video. So without further ado, make sure to give the video a big thumbs up. And let's go and hop into it. The first question here in this video here, guys, comes from Miles Prower. He says, how do you come up with the name Diecastbuffet and also top 3 throwbacks for 2021? The reason why I came with Diecastbuffet is I just wanted to came up with the name-wise, right? The name of it. I was just like, you know what? What's something catchy? What is something that's kind of creative, something different? And I just thought about it one day in 2018. I said, you know what? Let's just roll with it. Why not? That's when I created the Instagram page, and then of course that came with the YouTube channel a little bit down the road. But it was just kind of just like I wanted something random, something I guess I thought was cool. I don't know, but that's kind of where it just you know, kind of came out of thin air. My top 3 throwbacks for 2021, probably the Corey LaJoie car is definitely up there. I like Chase Elliott's throwback. Honestly, I'd probably have to look at all of them because there's just way too many of them. Carson Hocevar's truck throwback was probably in my top 3 because anything 2002 Johnny Benson has got me going, man. Truex Fan 56 asks, what is your top 3 favorite paint schemes of and top 3 least favorite paint schemes of 2021 so far? Oh goodness, the top, I'm gonna say right off the bat, my least favorite 3 are anything JTG Doherty races because half their paint schemes, I don't know what they're doing with them. They look like crap. I mean, let's not forget about the Darlington car they ran back in May. That thing was the worst Ricky Craven throwback I've ever seen. But my top 3 favorite, okay. Number one, oh my goodness, this is going to be a tough one here. I'm going to go with Chase Elliott's A-Shock Energy, Busch Light Apple Ale, and then I'm going to go with Kyle Busch's Interstate Batteries. There's probably some more out there, but again, we had a lot of good paint schemes this year. So Danny KF1 asks, what do you, I guess he's asking, what do you think about Matty D in 2022? And he also says, P.S. you make great videos. Keep it up. Thank you so much, man, for watching the channel and helping out, you know, the channel watching. And it means the world to me, guys. It really does. So I want to say a huge thank you, man, for that. I honestly think Matty D is going to have to go to Xfinity. I really think Matty D deserves a full-time Cup ride. He is a really talented race car driver. He's very humble, you know. He's not a cocky driver. It's like some of them are. And, you know, I believe in being humble. So, to me, I really am a big fan of Matt Benedetto. I think he's going to, unfortunately, he's going to be pushed to an Xfinity ride. Or he might sit out and maybe be, I don't know, a fill-in driver if, you know, God forbid someone gets hurt. Who knows? But I do believe he deserves a top ride. My theory is that why wouldn't JTG Doherty Racing sign a guy like Matt Benedetto who's capable of winning races and doesn't have to crash out the field every week? That's what I'm saying. If you can give Ryan Preece 3 or 4 seasons and you can give Stenhouse 1,000 cars for him to tear up, why couldn't you get Matt Benedetto at least 1 season at JTG Doherty? Who is your least favorite driver? Comes from It's the NASCAR Fan. It's a really, really long username. It has like some clovers and stuff, so we're just gonna roll with that. My least favorite driver, Kyle Busch. Jacob Ems asks, what is your favorite super speedway, road course, and short track race ever? Favorite road course race ever, easily 2012 Marcus Ambrose versus Brad Keselowski. Favorite short track race ever, oh my goodness, man. That's a tough one. Probably, it's either 2002 Pop Secret 400 at Rockingham with Johnny Benson won, or the 2002 Sharpie 500 when Jeff Gordon won doing the bump and dump on Rusty Wallace. That was a great race, man. That race had so much to it. But probably any short track race from 2002. I mean, they were just, the racing back then was just, it blows today's racing out of the water. Favorite super speedway race? I don't know. Because let's be honest, almost every super speedway race is extremely exciting. But, you know, let's just be honest. My favorite one's probably going to have to be the 2014 Daytona 500 because I wanted to see Dale Jr. win the Daytona 500 so badly, and to actually see him win that on TV, it brought me to tears, man. So that would probably be my favorite one. Ronald Backmarkers fan asks, what is like your favorite backmarker team? You know, I don't think we really have any true backmarker teams anymore besides Rick Ware Racing because you have these teams that come in with a big paycheck and they just park right? They just drive around, right? They don't do anything. They just long laps. They collect the race winnings and go home. 10 years ago, you would see guys like Joe Nemechek doing a start and park at Fontana. You would see guys like a Josh Wise. You would see guys like a Scott Riggs. You would see these drivers for true backmarker teams that have no decals on their car, completely unsponsored, and they might run 10 to 15 laps during the race. So, honestly, there's really not any true backmarker cars anymore. But if I had to pick one that was running in the back, probably one of the Spire Motorsports cars, even though they both run really, really good. All right, so the next question comes from LunaFan111. What do you think of Jimmy Johnson coming back to the Cup Series next season? In my honest opinion, I don't think he's coming back unless, God forbid, someone got hurt. Like if someone had to miss a race or was suspended, do I think Jimmy Johnson would pick up the call? It would either be between Gregson or Jimmy Johnson. I would not be surprised if they say, you know what, we're going to run the Brickyard 400 and we're going to run the Oval, which they're not next year, but they should, and someone couldn't make the show. I would not be surprised Jimmy Johnson hops behind a Chevrolet. The hot rumor is Jimmy Johnson's going to be trying to run the Oval IndyCar races. Whether it's a full season or not, I don't know, but the hot rumor is he's going to run the Indianapolis 500. I think that's going to be his hot priority. I would love to see Johnson back, but I just don't see it unless, unfortunately, a bad circumstance kind of comes into play there. Tanner Matty asks, first 164 and first 124 diecast. To tell you the truth here, guys, I can't even remember. AJ Gaming 3031 asks, do you think Chase Elliott will be the first back-to-back champion since Jimmy Johnson? No. I'm picking Kyle Larson to win the championship, but I would love to see Elliott win it. Bowman Fan 48, shout out to Alex Bowman winning that Martinsville. He's pretty good for a hack, if you ask me. When did you start collecting diecast? I have no clue. I'm gonna probably say that I was 1 or 2. My family kind of gave me cars and stuff back then, and that's kind of where I got started collecting it. So probably way back in 2000 and 2001 when I was 1, 2, or 3. Nelson. I can't even pronounce the last name. Herrera, I think that is. Forgive me if I butchered that one. He asks, what TV show is literally your favorite? Simple. Big Brother is my favorite TV show. Larkin asks, which diecast company made the best mold for each Gen 4 manufacturer? In my opinion, Hot Wheels made the best Ford molds and the best Dodge molds back through 2001 to 2005. Chevrolet easily the best ones came from Winter Circle / Action. And then I would say for the Pontiacs, they didn't really make a good mold for the 2003 Pontiac, so I'm going to base it off the 2002 edition of the car. Action / Winter Circle. Racing Champions upped their game around 2003, 4, and 5 for the Chevrolet mold, but easily. Hot Wheels, Dodge, and Ford. Winter Circle / Action going to be with the Pontiac from 02, and of course the Chevrolet Monte Carlo, both 03 edition and of course the 2002 edition. AM24, the Red Bull fan, asks, what's your favorite diecast of 2021? That is a tough one, folks. I haven't got the A-Shock Energy diecast yet, but if I had to say right now today, Kyle Larson, I mean, his diecasts are awesome, man. That'd be easily my favorite one so far, probably. Top 3 raced win diecast of all time comes from Chayse Armor. Chase Armor. Again, forgive me if I'm butchering any of these names here. I'm not the best at pronouncing some of the YouTube usernames, but top 3 race win diecast. There's just too many of them. I mean, you could say the 98 Dale Earnhardt, 500 win. You could even put in the Kevin Harvick 2007 Daytona 500 win. That would be a ridiculously tough one. There's too many cool paint schemes. If I had to pick 3, I'm gonna go Kyle Busch 2008. I'm gonna go Kurt Busch 2010 All-Star, and then I'm gonna go with Jimmy Johnson 7 Championship Homestead Race version. Not the one that has the stupid logos on the top, the raced version, confetti, dirt and grime, etc. Gaming with Mason asks, what is your favorite car with the S in your collection? If we're talking about my favorite diecast in my collection, probably the 2009 Tony Stewart Old Spice Swagger or the 2014 Dale Earnhardt Jr. National Guard Primary. Both of those are really, really cool cars to me. I love those pieces very much. Both of those, definitely. Sam, again, forgive me if I mispronounce this, Cybert asks, how do you balance buying new diecasts and old diecasts that you don't already have in your collection? To me, it's easy. I love to collect my favorite driver. I think that's what everyone really should focus on. Is like, if you're a Kyle Busch fan, you're a Kyle Larson fan, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., etc., focus on them, right? Focus on the driver, the style of paint schemes. If you just like to collect a few random paint schemes, if you like the drivers that win every week, or maybe you like the drivers who don't win every week, maybe a Austin Dillon, maybe a Eric Almirola, pick whichever one makes you happy. That's my number one thing. Don't buy a car that you don't want. Buy one that you actually want. And to buying older diecasts that are on my collection, the same philosophy kind of comes with it. To me, COT diecasts make me happy, so I'm going to always go with the COT diecast. Jeff Burton, early 2000 pieces, really make me happy there. So for me, I love the early Gen 4 or early 2000s Gen 4 era and then the COT diecast. Both of those really make me happy in terms of the older cars. But for the newer stuff, I'm a big Hendrick fan. Got to go with the Larson. Got to go with, well, of course, no longer Jimmy Johnson, but, you know, Bowman and, of course, Chase Elliott. Those are my three main ones I like to get. Noah asks, I don't think I can pronounce the last name, M-I-E-L-K-E. If you had to choose Chase Elliott's Martinsville or Roval race win, to me, I would absolutely go with the Martinsville win. The Roval one's cool and all, but it just doesn't have that dirt and grind like the 2019 edition of it. The Martinsville one, though, that was just like the coolest. That was probably the most clutch win of Chase Elliott's career. He had to win that race. If he finishes second, he doesn't win the championship. And then, of course, my computer over here doing its doohickey. Who knows who wins a championship last year? You know what I'm saying? What if freaking Hamlin, you know, wins a championship? What if Brad, whoever? To me, that would absolutely change everything. And possibly could have changed the 2021 season complexion. Because think about it. If Chase Elliott doesn't win the championship, winning at Martinsville, could he possibly be a more aggressive driver in 2021, being that close to the Cup? Chase Elliott fan 924 asks, who are your top 3/favorite drivers? Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, probably Alex Bowman, Kurt Busch, probably the Kurt Busch. Fifth, probably Ryan Blaney. Brian Griffin, Family Guy fan asks, I know this is off topic, but what show do you like better, The Simpsons or Family Guy? The Simpsons. I always liked The Simpsons video games. I always thought they were super fun in the Simpsons movie. I remember watching that. That was always fun. Time Gibbs fan 2021 asks, what is your most favorite driver and least favorite driver all time? All time favorite, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Least favorite, Kyle Busch. Elliot95 asks, what is your favorite non-NASCAR game? That is tough. Easily. GTA San Andreas. That is my all-time favorite game. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Jazz Ratchet and Clank asks, how do you become a NASCAR fan? I pretty much born into it, right? As far back as the early 2000s when I was born in 99. My family just gave me diecasts and, just kind of slowly brought me up with the sport. We lived so far from a racetrack, never visited one until 2019, but definitely just got into the diecast, got into the video games, and then my love for the sport just boom, it just freaking went everywhere for it, I love NASCAR more than words could ever freaking describe. Ian and Denny Hamlin asks, how's your day going? It's going pretty well. How about you? Or is it nighttime or morning or whatever time you're watching this video? I hope you're having a jolly good one out there. OCS Racing Network asks, why did you start collecting NASCAR diecasts? Why not? Mickey Movie asks, what CO2 cars you really want to make someday? 3 words. Bill Davis Racing. Kyle Larson asks, favorite patriotic paint scheme? That is a tough one, but look, the 2002 Napa paint scheme, to me, 2001 Michael Waltrip paint scheme that he ran at the Pepsi 400, that's probably my favorite one. Love it, needs a throwback. Alex Cool Kid Awesome asks, what do you think of the 2022 silly season? I think what we're starting to see is a changing of the guard. I kind of talked about this entering 2021 and why we're really, in a lot of ways, we are experiencing 2001, 2003 all over again. Because in those years, it was Sterling Marlin, it was Terry Labonte, Rusty Wallace, etc. on the way out. Modern day, we're seeing Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, soon to be Kyle Busch. We're starting to see these drivers on their way out. Now, like in the 2000s, we saw Shane McMurray, we saw Ryan Newman, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Matt Kenseth, etc. Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is another guy, unfortunately, on the way out. But we're starting to see the resurgence of the new era of drivers. You know, Blaney, Chase Elliott. Larson's still pretty well in that mix, in my opinion. Jimmy Johnson was a rookie, I think, 26. I mean, Larson he's got a lot of time, guys. If he wants to keep going, he can keep going. Of course, you know, Larson, Byron. I mean, he just got, like, what, a 5-year contract in Hendrick. You know, Bubba, Ty Gibbs. I mean, this is the resurgence, right? We're really seeing a generational shift in NASCAR right now. So I think what's going to happen is that in 2022, every team's going to be looking to get younger. For better or worse, you know, paid drivers or whatnot. But I think Matt Benedetto, like, is a great example. He's a driver who still has a lot of years left. But these teams want to get younger. They want the youngest, hottest driver they can get. Marshall Griffin asks, what were your favorite era of Diecast? Now, my favorite era of Diecast easily is the early 2000s because they made a ridiculous amount of them. You had 5 different brands you could get them to. They had, like, 4 or 5 different scales. I mean, they had everything. That was back when you could go to a store like Family Dollar, Dollar General, wherever, Toys R Us, and there was crap loads of NASCAR stuff. The video games were perfect. You didn't buy them day one. It didn't have a crap load of bugs. When you went to the store and you bought NASCAR Thunder 2003, and you opened that bad boy up, it worked flawlessly. No DLCs, no downloading, ready to go the millisecond you open it up. That's how it should be. Racing Dream 6 asks, will you ever play NASCAR 21? Yeah, if they give it to me for free. Doris Chinchilla asks, how do you make the idea of the NASCAR Diecast Cup Series? Very simple. So the NASCAR Diecast Cup Series is pretty much a concept I had years ago when I was much younger as a kid. And I took that same concept, and I wanted to find a way to kind of show the new fan out there, the new generation of diecast collectors, and what you could really do with your diecasts. And I thought about it, I was like, you know what? What if we revolutionize it? What if we take a concept that I had when I was a kid and find a way to make it like a YouTube series, right? And my theory was unscripted diecast racing. Any car can win it. You make the tracks, you make the infield, all that good stuff, and let it go. And so basically what it was, to kind of keep it short, it was basically something I did as a young kid, and I was able to, kind of modernize it and revolutionize it into a way that could be YouTube formatting. And I think it's really cool because it was something I enjoyed so much growing up doing, and I think it's cool to be able to kind of share that with all the, the younger fans out there. So that's kind of where it kind of started with. LSTNSCRFN. It's a lot of letters there, buddy. No, I'm kidding. You're a cool kid, Favorite video game console of all time? This is tough because the PlayStation 2 and the N64 are my top 2, right? PlayStation has 5,000 games. N64 has like 300 games. But there's something nostalgic about an N64. Definitely my favorite one. Brian Griffin, Family Guy fan, asks, what diecast do you like better? Daniel Suarez 2020 Gaunt Brothers Racing or Ty Gillis 2020 Germain Racing? Easily Daniel Suarez. Rowdy Bush 18 asks, favorite diecast show? 2009 Tony Stewart Old Spice Swagger. Daniel Suarez fan asks, do you like Michael Waltrip? Absolutely! NASCAR fan 9_5 asks, how many diecasts you have, and who is your championship favorite? Championship favorite is going to be Kyle Larson. I have a lot. Very, very, very thankful, blessed. Just super blessed to have the cars I have. If I had to guess, though, probably north of 400 of them, I think, maybe 500. Again, super blessed to get them. You asked the question, I want to answer. I don't like to gloat or nothing like that because at the end of the day, guys, and this is something I think a lot of people could learn, is that it doesn't matter how many diecasts you have. It doesn't matter how little diecast you have. It don't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't make you better than anyone, and I think that's something everybody should kind of, live by. That's how I wake up every day. I know I don't matter if I have 1 diecast or 500 diecasts. I know I'm not better than anyone else out there, and that's how I live my life. So, to answer your question, a lot. Again, another username I'm trying not to butcher, but I'm not the best at pronouncing these. Exxon Striker 002 asks, are you into Hot Wheels cars? Absolutely. Modern day Hot Wheels cars, not so much, but I really like the late 90s, early 2000s releases. very nostalgic to me. There's just something about those eras. I remember like the Hot Wheels like play sets and stuff like that. Just really nostalgic to me. Kyle Bushy asks, what is your favorite Kyle Busch paint scheme? You know, my favorite Kyle Busch paint scheme, easily. It is got to be that car somewhere over here. Yeah, the Texas Raceway or the Zombie Skittles paint scheme. It's the best Kyle Busch diecast ever. I love that paint scheme, man. Busch Brothers fan asks, favorite NASCAR track? Oh, this is tough because like there's like 20 different tracks I love. Because like Rockingham is one I hold very much to my heart. Old Texas Motor Speedway I love. Daytona or I gotta go with Daytona. I mean, there's nothing bigger or badder than Daytona. That is the GOAT track. But Rockingham holds a very, very special spot in my heart. We need Rockingham back, guys. ZH2 Motorsports asks, what is the best and worst tracks in NASCAR? Oh boy, this is gonna get fun. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 tracks that I really like and 3 tracks I do not like. So let's end this on a positive note here. Phoenix sucks. Richmond Modern Day Racing. Back in Gen 4, these tracks were really good, okay? Let's just keep this in mind. Back in Gen 4 and Gen 5, these tracks are really good. High horsepower, mechanical grip, low downforce. Modern Day, I'm reviewing these on a Modern Day Cup car entering Gen 7. Phoenix sucks. Modern Day Richmond sucks. I'm gonna probably put Michigan. My favorite 3 ones though, Daytona, Talladega. Oh boy, what's another track I read? You know what? This one don't exist anymore, but I'm going to go Old Atlanta Motor Speedway. I know everybody has an opinion about that track, but if you took a Gen 4 car or a Gen 5 COT and you went to Atlanta Motor Speedway, holy cow, man, them cars race beautifully around that track. Travis Parker Racing asks, favorite underfunded driver? You know, I got to go with one that's actually talked to me. I gotta go with Chad Fincham. He's actually talked to me. He was really cool. I gotta go with Chad Fincham. You know, you don't hear much about him. He drives some Xfinity, he drives some Cup car stuff, but definitely, that'd be my favorite underfunded driver. Marty Truex asks, do I watch F1? You know, there's a lot of people who like both NASCAR and F1. I honestly don't like F1. I'm gonna keep it honest. I love IndyCar. I love NASCAR. I love sports car, endurance racing. I like the 24 hours endurance racing the most. See, I'm an endurance cat, right? I like, if you want to run 600 miles at Pocono in a stock car, I'm all for it. If they want to run 1,000 laps at Martinsville, I'm all for it. The longer the NASCAR races, the better. I know people think I'm crazy, but I love the sport that much. F1 is just kind of not my thing. Shannon Gray asks, do you like the 43 Armor All car? I love it. I haven't got that diecast yet, but I absolutely do want to get that car. It is beautiful. Ninja Xavier asks, or Ninja Xavier 2 asks, do you have a dog? Absolutely, I have a pooper. Her name's Casey. Short Track Thing asks, are you Texan? Absolutely, born and raised. Okay, folks, that was a very, very long video. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in if you stuck around this while. It's been a long time since I've done a question and answer type of video, or what the cool people like to say, Q&A. Just kind of, you know, talk about some things. It's always fun to do. Got a lot of diecasts to be reviewing very soon. I would like to review the Martinsville Chase Elliott win from last year, and then the Phoenix Championship car. I want to get those reviewed. We got a lot of cool stuff coming on. If you're wondering where like the new 2021 diecasts are at right now, guys, they haven't released any like for October. Like the back half of October has been bone dry, really bone dry. So hopefully we'll be able to get some more of those coming up in November. I did a video the other day, I think it was last week, on the whole holiday preview of the NASCAR diecasts, and I highly recommend you checking out. I have a link to that down below because it talks about all the new 164s coming out. I'm talking a crap load of them. So if you're, hey, I want to get some cars for Christmas, I want to get some cars ready to go ahead and pre-order those things, right? That way you don't have to deal with it. And as soon as those cars come in, they get them shipped to you. Of course, you can pre-order with the promo code down below, Diecastbuffet. Any orders, $20 or more, guys, free shipping. Imagine paying $10 to ship a epic diecast like this. You know how many people are going to want this car underneath their tree, guys, this Christmas? The Chase Elliott Phoenix raced version, man. This is going to be a car you're going to wish you're going to have you had years from now. I'm telling you, beautiful, beautiful diecast. Use the promo code, you get this thing shipped for free, guys. Because for a 124, it's usually like $10, $10 freaking dollars. You know what you could do with $10? You could buy You could buy 2 Authentics cars. You could buy a Gold Series brand new car. Heck, you could buy a 2022 Gen 7 car. So my point is that save your money, use free shipping, use promo code down below, guys. Helps out the channel, and you also save a lot of money, guys. So, that was a long video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If I didn't get to your question, guys, I apologize. Again, we had like 60-some questions, man. That's a lot. If I answer all of them, it could be an hour-long video. I don't even think my little device, my camera, can hold an hour-long's worth of footage. So thank you all again so much for watching. Have a great one, everybody. Diecastbuffet, signing off.